Hey YouTube, Shuffle Does here. Today I want to go over a couple of new purchases I made this year to help me improve my apple tree shaping, and I want to go over them with you. Alright, so this summer I've added a few things to my toolkit. The first off, since I've started grafting, I got some of these tags. Bunch of different colors. The kit I got, they're nice yellow, red, blue, green, white, pink, and what I'm basically doing is color coding each of my trees I have to a certain color so that I know when I am grafting, I can put a piece of grafting on any of the trees and then tag it with one of these, and I'll know. I did a lot of the gala, so that's why these blue ones are out here. But the other piece I added, which is really great, I am starting to shape my trees more. And I used to use these, and these were actually really great. Just some, I think 3/8 thick 1x pine that I put a little bird's beak in both ends. I still got a lot of these just laying around. They do work great. Push the branch down and then pin it up against either the trunk or another branch. But what I have recently discovered are these little clamps, brackets, pusher sticks that basically hold on to the tree and push the limb down. There's a bunch of different varieties of these. I bought a pack that had these blue ones, some little shorter black ones, and these have been great. Again, how you use them is I like to put it onto the tree branch first, and then wherever your limb is going to be coming out, I like to push the limb down and then slide this on top of it, and then it pins it there. And this is actually holding up quite well. To install these, holds against the tree, pushes this branch down. I have a really great angle on all of these. Now these ones, these are metal and they're a lot stiffer and stronger. Plus I've actually bent these a little bit to help change the angle of the dangle, if you will, on which branch it's hitting. There's a little piece of rubber that protects it against the trunk and then the branch. And these things really work well as well. Between the crude method of just a stick holding it down, and then these other pieces at varying lengths and sizes, and then plastic to metal, absolutely a must. I recommend these all day. That'll move the branch and give you a better positive angle at the tree. You want to be, below 45 degrees. If you can come almost straight off 10-15 degrees, that's even better. But then sometimes once that branch comes out that far, it wants to grow up, and when that starts to grow up, well, I added these this year, and these are absolutely amazing. They bend the branch back for you to straighten it out. And here's a larger size. I have a lot on the tree right now, but I ended up getting 3 different sizes of these, again, for different size branches. So you have your larger and your smaller. I also wanted to try this type, because they have this type out there, which is just an S. I would not recommend these. These, just the branch slips out of it, because on these ones there's 2 points of contact to where you're bending the branch down and away when it comes through, and it's a lot more stable when it has these 2 points and then the outer. On these 3, somewhere in here it always wants to roll out, and I have not been able to get the branch to stick on here without this thing turning one way or the other. I still have all of these everywhere. They still work great. I won't complain about these. This is, Fast, quick, easy, simple, cheap, and it works. But I tell you what, if there's a must-have for this summer to shape your trees, I would absolutely get a couple different size sets of these. They have different size openings for the different size branches. And then I would absolutely get 1 or 2 sizes of the limb shaping devices as well. So let's go put some on and I'll show you how they work. Alright, so as I get behind the net on this first tree, so as you can see how simple and easy it is to install these. Holds against the tree, pushes this branch down. I have a really great angle on all of these. Blue one stretches out a little bit more, it's a little stronger. But again, you can see I'm still using just basic wood to bend this out and down. And here I'm actually using the large limb shapers to actually bend this up so it's almost another leader to follow suit with this one behind it. So as I look at this branch right here, I'm actually thinking that this could come out and bend a little bit more so it's flatter versus going up. Off of the trunk it's okay, but in here I actually want it to lay down. So here I have the large shaping tool, and the best way to understand how this works is trial and error, honestly. But as you can see how quick and easy that changes the direction of that limb. And while I'm working on this limb, if it's pointing up, it's coming off. So up is off. I've done a pretty good job already, but this is going to be a great lateral coming straight off. Here again I have the larger size shaping tool. Again, it's pretty quick and easy to get it in there, secure it, and bend it down. And what I have found is that this one works far superior than the simple S shape. As we look at these 2 branches that we've now manipulated off of the tree, they're coming off nice and flat, and it's awesome. And it looks like we got a couple apples started to grow. So this is still the temporary setup around the gala tree. This is our most recent one planted. It's doing very well. No fruit this year, which is great. It's growing roots, which is awesome. But here you can really see how I've been starting to bend some of these bigger branches down. You can see how well this one is straightening out. You know, I still have the wood that's pushing a lot of these around. Really bending branches left and right. Here's a pair of those smaller shaping pieces. So one thing I want to look at while I'm in here is some of these tops I want to start bending down. So I'm going to grab some of the smaller shaping pieces I have and do that. And anything that is on the top of the limb and laterals, I'm gonna cut off. I want it to grow out at levels. So anything that's on the top, I want to cut off. So right here, this is kind of growing up, and I want this to kind of point down. And the easiest way to do that, clip this leg over it, and then bend the top back in. Let's take a peek and see what else we can find. Just want to clean up anything that's growing right on the top. There's a lot of crowding in here. I may come and get some bigger branches out of the way to really help clean this up. So as I look way up there, That is a prime example of what I don't want to happen. It's got a good angle coming out from the main leader, but I want this to go, instead of up, lay back down. So let's see if we can make that happen. All right, so I have this one coming out straight up, which I don't want. I want it to come out like this. So I have a large here that I am going to tuck under and straighten this one out. Oh no. If you find that this happens, grafting tape. So I just broke that limb up there trying to get it shaped correctly. Grafting tape is going to be your best friend to fix that. What you want to do is get it back in. If it's ripped off completely, that's not the greatest, but it still can heal. Align it as best you can. And if you can, get a couple looser wraps around it and then stretch it just a bit on the next few. And if you need to go back around the crotch a little bit, what you want to do is just give it some nice support. Tail off the end a little bit, stretch it, breaks itself. And then it's basically a half hitch to close it for the knot. And that'll heal itself. And this one, I don't want things growing up. More about me and the pieces and parts I've broken. Here's one that I did a few months back, earlier in spring, messing around with it, and I snapped it. So I put some grafting tape on it, and let's see how she healed. It healed up very nicely, and that's split. I put it back together, held it in there with some grafting tape, and it repaired itself. Another good example, here I'm using a small one, and these do have a little bit of a bend in them if you've noticed that. So you want to take the bend on top of it basically to follow the branch, and that gives you your longest clay. So that'll bend it way down like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just as an example, I want to show you how these ones work or don't work. You got to be walking right through the yards. So as you can see, this thing kind of just rolls around and just doesn't want to stay where you want to put it. They do technically work, but again, I prefer these doubles because it gives you more surface area across that middle. I just want to recap these bigger metal brackets to bend the limbs down right off of the trunk of the tree. These are pretty stiff. It'll push quite a bit, which is awesome. It's got the little protective rubber on there to protect not only the trunk of the tree, but your limb. You can bend these to help if your trunk's a little wider, to help with the angle on where that sits. I do recommend getting these blue or black ones. I don't know the name of the sizes, but I'll put it in the description. So these training devices I absolutely love as well. I got 2 sizes. I think you definitely need the 2 sizes. They have different throats to use. And then I would at least grab these as well. If you want to use the basic stick method, that 3/4 by 3/8, however long you need, pine material with a notch on each end. If you use that to push the limbs down, great. That helps for that, getting a larger angle at the crotch for the laterals. But once you're out further and the branch starts growing up, I definitely recommend getting some of these. And I'd get 2 sizes, because some of the larger branches you need this larger size. Smaller branches work well with the smaller one. Again, the double hoop in the middle I think is your best bet. The other ones do work, I just won't recommend them. Again, I thank everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the like button, and if you've watched till the end, comment down below with the favorite tree type that you have, fruit bearing, any type, for your chance to win some Shuffle Does merch. Thanks again.